Good morning, everybody. So it is 6 a.m. the night of the full moon. Obviously can't sleep. But right now we're in the garden. You can see. And I wanted to just do a little morning ritual with you guys out here in the garden. Now that the weather is nicer and it's getting lighter out earlier, we can do more rituals in the garden. And I really want to focus my channel on more witchcraft oriented, spirituality oriented content is really my direction, because I have a lot of information that I have stored that I would like to share, that I would like to get out, that I think people should know, that I think people should be aware of, and habits that you should really try to incorporate into your life, no matter how small. Even if it's just lighting a candle in the morning and saying to yourself, I'm going to have a good day. You don't realize how powerful your words are. Okay? So right now we're going to say a little something to start our day off right. So, God and Goddess, Mother Earth, bless everyone who comes in contact with this video today. Make sure that their hearts are full, their minds are open, and that they receive everybody with love and compassion. I think a lot of times, a lot of people, we misunderstand, or we can't understand another person's problem, or we can't put ourselves in other people's shoes, because we're not seeing people for how they accept things. We are only seeing our intention. So if you're only focusing on your intention and not how that is being received, no matter if your intention is meaningless. It's how the person is receiving this information, okay? So you have to remember that. Most people are receiving things through pain. Most people are receiving they're receiving messages that reinforce their negative worldview, because your consciousness, it plays a huge role on how things play out. If you're always looking for something to be upset about, if you're always looking for the negative, you're always going to find it, okay? So, in fact, let me lower you guys a bit. All right, much better. So, I've brought out my tarot cards so we can pull a card for the day. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me pull you closer, just in case you can't hear me. Okay, so what I've got out here, my favorite way to cleanse a space is through sound. I love bells, chimes. I've got some frankincense here. So first what we're going to do is we're going to empty the cauldron. I've also got some dragon's blood incense. You can find these incense resins on Amazon for very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You guys can enjoy the bird song for the morning. Frankincense is one of my favorite resins to work with, especially if you are really influenced by smells, environments, moods, things like this. If you can cultivate a mood for yourself through scent, through the music you listen to, it can really, really help. I'm one of these people who is heavily affected by my surroundings. I have sensory processing issues. If there's too much input, I get overwhelmed. Things like this frankincense, myrrh helps as well. It really brings you back down. It anchors you in your body and in the moment and makes you feel at peace. So we're going to burn some of this morning. Very important to start your day off with a conscious intention, a conscious, having it in your mind of what you want to achieve that day, even if it's just happiness, because that's very important. It's very important to not, you hear the crows? The crows are speaking through it for us, you guys. Okay. You can see here the crows are getting closer. You can see the bouquet or the flower arrangement I put together yesterday. It is mugwort, foxglove, dianthus, and forget-me-nots. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, let me go grab my stool really quick. I love sitting out here watching the sunrise. Oh, it's so peaceful. I'm so grateful for this moment. For this moment in my life especially. I feel like I'm on the precipice of a new me, and that's very exciting. So we're going to pull a card for the day. Actually, let me put some dragon's blood in here. So I have some fun news to give you guys as well. First week of June, Mark and I are going to the beach. We have not been to the beach in years. It's been since 2013 was the last time I went to the beach with him. And it's just going to be us two. Usually we take his kids and their friends, which is no problem. It's always been fun. But this time it's just us. We are going to Folly Beach, South Carolina. We've been there once before, but I'll get to take you guys to the Angel Oak Tree. It is, if you look, you should look it up. Look up Angel Oak Tree, Johns Island, South Carolina. It's one of the oldest trees on the East Coast. I've already been there a few times, but you guys, the magic I feel when I am around that tree is so immense. So I'm going to take you guys to see that. We're going to be doing rituals on the beach. Oh, I'm so excited. So just be prepared for that coming up. Mark really needs a vacation. He works so much and so hard. So I've got a green candle. I'm going to do a prosperity spell. Just clumped in with this. You know, this is a really good, oh, let me go get my oil. Okay. So this is my oil that I made the other day. This is the Great Queen oil, or Great Queen incense turned into the oil. Great Queen coming from Hecate, the Morrigan. It is dragon's blood resin, Himalayan sea salt and jasmine blossoms. And it's a beautiful oil. It's like this beautiful rose pink. Very pretty. So after you carve your candles, let me carve this other one real quick. You can carve anything you like on your candles. You can carve a word, a phrase, an intention, a symbol. It's just all up to you and how you want to, how specific. The more specific you get, the clearer the intention that gets set out. So just keep that in mind. So you always want to anoint your candles. You can use any oil that you have. Obviously, the most potent ones are ones that you craft yourself. I use castor oil as a base oil, or a carrier oil is what it's called usually. Uh-oh. Let me move so y'all can see me. And then you always want to light your candle from another candle. And you place it in a holder. And we just piggyback off that fire. Okay. I'm going to have to wash this because it fell in the dirt. And then we're going to take the remaining oil and you can anoint yourself. So the places I anoint, both ankles, my chest, my heart center, behind my ears, and my third eye. You don't have to do that third eye if you don't want to, because it is oil and it can interact with your skin in a certain way. And you also want to do your wrists. Okay, so now that we've got everything going, if there's any specific spirituality or witchcraft content that you want to see, please request it. Please just say it down below. I'm always open to anything and I'm here to help. And I am here to answer any questions that you have, be it about me, my practice, or about just a path in general. So we're going to ask what thought to keep in your mind throughout the day. If things get tough, if tempers flare up, if people are misunderstood, what can we tell ourselves and remind ourselves to work through that emotion, to feel that emotion, but work through it and then discard it. A lot of people, they want to tell you to get over stuff, to quit talking about things, to let stuff go. If you never acknowledge the problem or an issue, if you never speak about it, if you never talk about it, You cannot, under any circumstance, just let it go. You have to acknowledge that it is real and that it is affecting you. So, sit with yourself. This is my advice for you today. Sit with yourself. Get to know your negative triggers. Okay, what is something somebody can say to you that instantly pisses you off? Figure out the emotion behind it. What is your motive in defending such thing? You know, you really have to get down to, a lot of the times we are carrying belief systems and opinions that are not even ours. They don't align with how we truly feel. You have to really sit down and get to know yourself. Keep a journal. Do videos. Do something to where you can look back on your old thought process, and the growth will be right there in your face. A lot of times we can't see our growth. We're clouded by everyday, things to see the growth. It's only 20 years down the road that you're like, holy shit, where'd all this time go? So what can you keep in a month? Or what is something that somebody needs to hear? Give us a message that can help somebody who needs it. Any message that can either help somebody specific or all of us. What is a message to keep close to our hearts on this full moon? Three of Pentacles. Alright. Like I say in all my tarot, oh look at that, opened right to the page. Three of Pentacles. Various aspects of work, profession, and vocation are to be seen. Working with materials, reforming the earth, working on oneself. The disclosure of what was hidden, also working with others and for others. What contribution does one's own work make? Only on this card are the pentacles depicted in black. Either the personal needs, finances, or talents are being ignored, or they are not yet. They are as yet undeveloped, unnamed. This is about your own calling. Go deeper. One's vocation helps one up to great heights because one recognizes what lies hidden. Just as the genius Michelangelo remarked, the sculptor adds nothing to the stone, but simply liberates the figure shut up within it from encumbrances. A true vocation is a great and joyful passion. Everyone has summits that are waiting for him or her, of varying heights, of course, but every single mountain has a peak. The crucial question remains as to whether you will reach your particular peak. Don't just ask what you want for yourself. Find out what God and the world want from you. Then your path will be easier and more worthwhile. Find the task which develops and sculpts your abilities best. Only this card shows black pentacles, a warning against characters who resemble voles and moles. To delve deeply, find buried treasures, and reveal new ways. Find yourself and come out into the open. A chisel in the left hand, a mallet in the right. He is working on the stone, perhaps a relief. Michelangelo has pointed out that in his work he put nothing into the stone but simply freed the sculpture already present from the ballast surrounding it. The unhewn stone is man with his potential and his slag, with his calling that still slumbers within him. Here we have to do with foundations, basic values, groundwork in the sphere of the pentacles. On the basis of these vaults, a mighty construction will rise up. How will your work contribute to it? Black Pentacles coins. Either personal needs, finances, and talents remain misjudged, forgotten, or ignored, or they simply have not become exposed. Not yet recognized latent talents. To possess a talent and fail to use it means to misuse it. You bring light into the darkness. You are not afraid of an encounter with the unknown. Basic values and peak performance. Having a vocation can lead to great achievements because one is more committed. Membership of an order. Living one's calling, and every true calling also has its spiritual side. As none equals vocation, as with the monk next to her. As a fool, the figure underlines the aspects of freedom and the absolute. As a noblewoman equals beauty and importance of personal values and basic tenets. The figures on the right are holding 2 copies of a plan, a sketch or a drawing. These have to do with career-related projects. The blueprint of creation, what God has in store for you. The 8 of Pentacles and this card both show a man with a hammer and a chisel, as well as a bench. Here, its purpose is to elevate, uplift a man, a person in his work and through his work. So, I hope this message reached somebody who needed to hear it or can understand it. If you feel like you have no direction in your life, if you feel like you have no purpose, if you feel like you're kind of just floating around waiting for things to happen to you, start to remember what it was like when you were a kid. Think about the things that made you excited to get up, that made you feel like you were going to miss out on something when you were sleeping. Figure out the things in your life that once brought you immense joy. Even if it seems ridiculous, even if you have people telling you, oh, you can't do that, or a person of your age, gender, social status, blah, 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 can't do this. Do what makes you happy. Don't listen to the naysayers. You're going to have people telling you that you can't do something all the time. You should not let that stop you. You should not let that hinder your quest of self-exploration. I am going to start my day. I love you guys all so much. If any of you need any kind of advice, an ear to listen, just to listen to you, anything, I am always here. I am always here for you. I'm always working towards the greater good for everyone who comes in contact with me. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.